Hey everybody, here's a question that has puzzled pundits throughout the ages. Why are conservatives, alleged conservatives, such useless jerks? This is Take That with Kurt Schlichter. Okay, we've got a lame duck Senate. We've got a couple months here where we can do important conservative things, and you would think that we would be doing them, but are we doing them? We are not doing them. We are not pushing through judges. We've got, 6 circuit court judges? We've got like 20 district court judges. They could all be pushed through, but they're not being pushed through, and why is it? Because true conservative Jeff Flake, well, his feels are hurt. Because Mitch McConnell and a lot of the rest of the senators who understand what the Constitution says about, the division of powers between the branches, separation of powers is what it's called. They don't want to debate and possibly pass and send to the president a law that would, quote unquote, protect Robert Mueller. Robert Mueller is an executive officer. He can be hired or fired at will by Donald Trump. There's a remedy. It's called an election or impeachment. That's how you handle it. What you don't do is pass a law that is manifestly unconstitutional and creates essentially a fourth branch of government, as Scalia pointed out when he saw this problem in the past. So, okay, what we have here is Jeff Flake saying, well, if you're not going to debate this, I'm just not going to vote for any judges. Now, this is alleged conservative Jeff Flake. This is Jeff Flake from Arizona, the loser who's posturing, posing, and anti-Trump whining managed to get him a powerful 18% approval rate in Arizona, meaning he didn't even bother with the primary because he knew he'd get his butt kicked. So he leaves, and then, this, dead fish Martha McSally comes in. She loses to Kirsten Sinema, who's a commie. So basically, Jeff Flake's posing and posturing. And you remember him during Kavanaugh, too. We must hear the victims, except, well, at least one of them's admitted she's not a victim. Let's put that aside. Jeff Flake is terrible. He's responsible for us losing a seat in Arizona. Now he is keeping our judges from being confirmed. And the question is why? Why are these so-called conservatives such a bunch of prissy posers? Well, that's a great question. The problem with conservative has not been conservatives themselves, and it's not their ideology. The problem has been Conservative Incorporated. Conservative Incorporated, as I discuss in my magnificent book, Militant Normals, which you should go get on Amazon, is this collection of intertwined think tanks and magazines and foundations where if you're a conservative, you can go in there and you can kind of, live off the movement like a tick lives off a deer. All right, you can be a parasite and not contribute much, and and there are guys that they loved, and they love guys like Jeff Flake and of course Ben Sasse, whose recent book "You've Disappointed Me So Much" is festering at the middle of the bestseller list. They're terrible. They're terrible because they never move us forward. They always lose. Their idea is that we have a moral obligation to fail. Mitt Romney sums it up. And of course, Mitt Romney is going to basically, be the Jeff Flake of the next Senate. He just got elected from Utah for reasons I can't imagine. And he thinks his purpose is not to fight liberalism. None of these guys think their purpose is to fight liberalism. Their purpose is to go and make sure we conservatives meet their exacting standards for passivity and docility and failure, because that's all they gave us. What did they conserve, people? Nothing. So you have Jeff Flake, a guy who ran as a conservative, said, I want to get conservative judges who will uphold the Constitution, and when he has a chance to put nearly 3 dozen on the bench, he doesn't. He selfishly decides, no, my moral preening takes precedence over my promises to the people who elected me, over my alleged commitment to my ideology. I hate these people. I hate their stupid magazines. I hate their stupid cruises. I hate everything about them because they're scam artists. They're rip-off artists. And they're ripping off you, and they're ripping off me. They're ripping us off by pretending to be conservative. Now, the good news in this election, if there was some good news, and there was a little good news, we did better in the Senate, is that a lot of the people who lost, a lot of the folks who in the Republican Party who are out of a job are the squishes, the moderates, the never Trump types, like Jeff Flake. He didn't even get to the election. He couldn't even make a primary. But look, we're going to get a harder core group in. Look, I'm not saying we win by losing. I'm not saying that the results are good from the election. But you know, if somebody hands you lemons, you should sell the lemons and go buy beer. And this is the beer. The beer is that we are free of the likes of Jeff Flake and Corker and a lot of these weenies in Congress. So that's something. What is the answer to this problem, though? How do we stop this from happening? Because when Jeff Flake was elected, he was a hardcore conservative. Everybody's like, yeah, woohoo. Well, we got to watch them like hawks, and we got to demand that they be tough. We can't just take the word for it that the go along, get along gang is going to go along or get along. Because in the end, their loyalty isn't to us. It isn't to the conservative movement. It's to themselves. And it's about time our loyalty be to ourselves and we get the hell rid of these guys. This is Take That with Kurt Schlichter. If you like what you see here, outside the paywall, for free, in little 5-minute bunches, explore the magic, spelunk in the cavern of conservatism that is the Rebel Media. Go ahead and subscribe. There's lots of great stuff in there. I'm here every Tuesday and Friday, again, outside the paywall for free and fast. You can also read me every Monday and Thursday at Town Hall. Follow me on Twitter. There's a lot of good stuff happening there. And my new book, Wildfire, will drop Saturday, December 1st. It's my third novel. It's outstanding. Be a part of the magic.